There is a ton of real life professional psychologists and therapists that talk about the common signature of the narcissist. They are all the same. It doesn't matter what gender or class, like money bracket, or age they are. They all exhibit the same things. And but you see, the reason why that people like me who aren't psychologists or therapists would want to talk about it is because it's a kind of therapy, for one, and that's all you can do. You can't win these people, because it's like trying to win stupid people at a game that they're not even playing. It's like, well, wait a minute, no, wait a minute. You're trying to fight with a toddler? No, you have to switch into the babysitting mode, and then, like as with any people that are having difficulty emotionally and mentally, if they're mentally ill, you don't expose them to the regular things in life that, say, adults or healthy people know how to look into it, like negativity or the troublesome spots. See, they won't do that. They don't do it, right? They are a shutdown. You'll see it's like, well, what happened there? And if you start taking it personally, that they can't level up and communicate with you and make a breakthrough and get better, grow up a little bit. If you take that personally, then you're going to be broken down. If anything, your temperament, right? It roasts your, what is it called? It's cortisol. Too much cortisol, and now your nerves are just being wrung and broke. And see, the problem, you see, we can really expand on this. We can't talk about it enough. See, Sam Vaknin talks about it, but he doesn't talk about it the way that Richard Grannon talks about it. And Richard Grannon can't get close to how that, what is the other woman? Romney, Dr. Romney, she's a woman. And you bet that all of these people have somehow been touched or exposed by, just plainly, when we're talking about narcissists, babe, we're talking about just plain old stupid, painfully stupid people. Spiritually unevolved, completely disconnected. Now, is it narcissism, or is it, no, but what is it? See, narcissist is just a name from a mythical creature. There's somebody called Narcissus or Narcissa or whatever that is, and then there's their counterpart who is Echo. They don't ever talk about Echo, which is, it's a phenomenal story to get into the real story of whoever narcissism was and whoever Echo was. And the story goes basically that once that the narcissist figured out that it was just an echo coming from a whole other entity, like what we mean is kind of like a reflection. The narcissist went back to the water, the reflection in the mirror, and said, "Fuck it, I can't get anywhere with that. I might as well go with this." Same thing, except for it's safer. But was it? I think the end of the story is that they finally drowned because the water was giving them their reflection, and they they couldn't get away from it. They just got so close to the water that they drowned. I don't know. But so the one of the aspects that I wanted to talk about that is just like clockwork. You can see it, and it comes from how stupid they are. They'll tell you that the reason why that you're so alone and the reason why people don't like you. And it's like, well, here's the truth about this, kids. If you grow up a little bit, not everybody is cut out for you. Not everybody's gonna like you. Who fucking cares? Don't dwell on them. Keep the people around that are working for you, right? I mean, it's not that absolutely nobody is going to give you a challenge or hurt you. No, the saying goes from Bob Marley, right? He says, no, you just have to pick who it is worth it to you to have around that hurts you. Is it worth it? to have a little of a challenge with that person every once in a while because that you're getting your needs met and you're feeling, mainly you feel good. You know, sometimes, a lot of the times, people aren't meant for us all the time. They're meant to level up with us at a certain time and then they go away. That's a mature way to look at it. You don't just hang on to one single person for a lifetime. Now, I beg to differ that maybe that's not really healthy. Maybe you guys found a hiding place. So you have to look at it now. Can you love other people, or is it just this fucking bubble that you made and say, and if you did have kids, what kind of example are you setting? Because the story does go, and don't you love your storytellers? Please send me a donation. You have no idea what I'm going through. I've stopped communicating about it. This court case thing that has been opened up on me that I have had to do a counteraction, even though I couldn't do it, the fucking judge shut down on me. First of all, because they wanted to go to lunch. And because it's a real case. It's a real case that they would have had to do some counteracting punishment to other people who were violating my civil rights and my freedom of speech. They didn't want to deal with it. But I did the right thing and I said everything that I had to say. I said it all right and it's on transcript. It would cost $200 to get the transcripts that I have now entered into the log of the judicial system. You are being heard there. Now, the wisest thing that humanity that is waking up can do is realize that, because you're never going to be heard outside here. You have to go to court and be heard. And it just hasn't opened up to the living that way. It's just not geared up to the living. It's completely reversed and turned upside down and backwards. And now people are living like that. You can tell the truth and shit like that. And it's like, oh, fuck. No fucking way, right? No way. But what is the way? Well, babes, I hate to tell you, but you got to put down your beach balls. Sober up a little bit. Don't go to the circus. No, you don't spend your money on certain things, this and that are just covering up and giving you temporal means of satisfaction. No, you go to court and start being heard. You have to. Right now, it's just a backdrop filled up with bullshit. Nothing ever getting done there. Nobody can really do it. It's not really an effort. No, you have to make the effort. See, I did. I made the effort to restrain some people who were undisciplined. And they will never know it to this day because the fucking judge didn't go there. It would not go there for me. You know, you have to keep going there. And it has to increase in numbers. Now, I can bet you anything that I am not an isolated incident. As humanity, this energy, you can relate it astrologically and say, yes, Neptune has reached a new degree of 2 degrees. In Aries, it is trying to reset mankind spiritually. It's trying to reset mankind's perception about reality itself and the truth therein, how it is all handled and what is handling it and how it renders out and what we're dealing with as a whole. The whole fucking shebang, the whole ocean. Pisces. That's what Neptune rules. Now, Neptune doing the crossover, resetting the entire zodiac. Nobody's excluded from this. Now, the Aries people, especially the ones that have the rising sign, that's your real sign, is your rising sign, who has the early degree from about, well, right now it's from 1 degree to 6 degrees. You're chosen, babe. You have fucking Saturn now tempering you with Neptune going over your ascendant, and Chiron is right there. If you are 50, you're definitely going through it. And it's not, see, narcissists look at you and say, you have a problem, huh? And they start stomping on you. It's like, no, actually, it's the same for everybody. We all have problems, babe. Now, do you really take them on personally, or do you fucking look at it and say, no, wait a minute, this could be as a result of poor programming that stems back, and it's not even my mother's fault or my father's. It's not even their grandmother's and mother's faults because they ended up that way and I ended up this way, and it just seems like abuse to some people and it doesn't to other people. And now how the fuck do we mix up? No, it's none of their faults. They are being exposed to something. What is it, folks? Did you ever have this conversation? Did you notice a conversation? Did you get on social media? Did you notice anything that it was trying to illuminate for us for the past 25 years? Just like our voice boxes, what is the use of social media? Why is communication so important? It shouldn't be just one loner sitting on their fucking hands for 65 years, attracting more and more people like Krishnamurti or Baba Ramdas or fucking Maharaji or all of the Maharaji, like, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. All of these gurus who just says, now I want to have this conversation. That's one of the things that Krishnamurti would always begin with. Is just, this is just a conversation that I want to have. I want to ask you some questions and I want to know, what do you think? What have you come up with? Because the algorithms that start playing there with more and more of the masses, it must be the truth. If it comes up as an algorithm that is outnumbering one scenario over the other, that's the truth. Whatever outnumbers, there it is. Now, are we allowed to do that at all, or at all, any way, shape, or form? What are we doing? What's our entertainment about? Why is it that people get up on stage and start doing things? All of this is going to change with Neptune going to Aries. Neptune rules TV and mediums through which we communicate anything and everything. Really, mainly, it should be communicating something that is just a celebration of what? Reality is here and so is the truth. Both of those words can be crammed into one bitchin' three-letter word called God. See, we have to be able to put our perceptions onto the right page by using these words. And the right communicator, the more skillful one, will say, now look at the nature of words. Are you at heist? Let's look at what the word at heist means. At heist. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you more into the gibberish, where it's called atheist? Or are you robbed of your own faculties that will begin to do a loop feed and say, no, in fact, the algorithm of which that they said it so, it said it so, it is so because it is the truth. I'm not making it up. It's delicate subject matter. It really is. But you are a delicacy. Did I spell at heist right? Is that the way you spell heist? Sometimes I get my I and my E mixed up, I before E except after C. Okay, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. I think I got it right. Let me know. Is it I before E? Come on now, who's here? Who do we have here? See, I want to talk about Facebook and social media. It's showing me that it knows that I'm here, and it's saying, look now, look at what the next step is supposed to be. You're supposed to gather people in, but it's not really any one person gathering people in. It's just that we are a gathering of what? Well, there's two types here. There's two types. There's one that says, no, atheist just means atheist. And then you make up a word about that. And it's like, no, at height, those are two words. Pull it apart. Let's look at what's there. Stop being Luke. Stop being Luke on the scene. That's a Luke thing to say, atheist. What do you mean? It's a Luke thing to say God. Without fucking having explained in 30 other fucking ways the same fucking thing. That's just the nature of words. So many words to just be able to point at one thing. Really, a pointer is better, right? If you can just shut your mouth and be the experience, way better. But we are human beings and we have to communicate. It's hard to explain to you fucking people that, you know, we get it. There are the Buddhist monasteries who, okay, so they've made it. They've made it and they don't need to say a fucking single fucking word. I argue that that's men. Men found out that, no, you don't say anything. You don't have to say anything. It's all here and we know what to do. We see what needs to be done and we do it, and it's every day. Every day, it's always the same. I hate to bore the fuck out of you people. See, there's people that they're not disciplined inside of themselves. They can be very toxic to where they have to stay in motion all the time, all the time. They can't decompress. This is your narcissism. This is your narcissist. It can be looking like this. See, these are the people that do not mind working 12-hour days, 7 days a week. It's because of the work the real work it takes. Not just being exposed in relationships that you're having with people that begin to get, that try to get like this. Like, well, what just happened with you there? Are you taking accountability for how things are going with you and me, kind of a thing? Or see, um, all this work that you could know how to do and be that you're doing like I'm doing now, and you don't get anything for it. Now, this is what can be happening in relationships because nobody really valued it. They value the struggle that the system has overlaid onto everybody that says, drink your water through bottles. There's no other way, is there? And of course there is. And when you see that, when you find that other way, like in your neighborhood, well, let's say that, okay, you have 20 people in your neighborhood, 20 households. 15 of them say, fuck yeah, my God, this tastes so much better. And it makes me feel better. Yes. And so can we support you in this, that you have found this filtration system and this, and is this the container that we drink from? May I help you maintain this? Let's do this. 5 people may disagree, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that the powers that be starts to fucking come down on you. Yeah. And they'll say no to you and they will shut you down. Now what? Algorithmically, what do you gather there? See, the 5 of the people become more powerful who are ignorant and would never go there because they go with the system who says, you could get gonorrhea or giardia. That's what I meant. You can get illnesses that comes from having dirty water. And it's like, you know what? Why don't you let us take our chances? Because we're taking our chances drinking the water anyway. It's like, what do you want? Breast cancer from the fucking bottles or some kind of brain damage from the aluminum? Or do you want to just fucking handle the fact that you might get giardia and there's a way to get rid of those parasites that are actually probably more natural than the diseases that all of these ways that they have us living causes. This is difficult for me. I'm actually putting energy into something. It's part of the reason why I'm not even out of my pajamas now. I didn't brush my hair. It's just like, man, we need to get this work done. Somebody's got to do it. What is it, Charlotte? What is it? You got to grab the shovel. You got to grab the broom. You got to go grab a rake, and you got to go and grab a fence puller and do. No, we have to communicate. We have to try and make a breakthrough. We have to find somebody that we can trust, that we can look in their eyes and say, huh? Because you're hurting and you need to hear something that maybe you forgot long ago. Maybe you're at heist. Maybe you are caught in the Christian system over there that's teaching you a satanic rule and they're laughing because you will never know it. They hide behind Jesus and say, this is it. Now, having said that, look at the video that's going to show up and look at the stories. It's only a fucking story now that can be told about these people like Christ Jesus that come around and do, huh, for us and whatever. And when that person dies, it dies and goodbye. Make a business and set up a Disneyland over it and just know that that's not it. That's a business they're doing over there and they can care less about you. In fact, they're watching out for themselves because maybe they are a bunch of disconnects and they need as more volunteers the better. What's a volunteer? Here. V-O, put the L down, put the U down, T, put the E up. No, you put the T up. Sorry. See, this is intelligence trying to work in front of you to see. Sorry. Hey, it's fun anyway. This is the way it should be. You should have fun and poke at it, point at it, and say, this is what's in reality. Versus your volunteer. Do you think that there are voters also, and are voters also volunteering? What are they volunteering? Are they giving up their goddamn faculty, or are they at heist? Yes, because if you found God, if you knew what reality was, you would all be on the same page, because that's the same page. Reality is an application that your body is now interacting with, and there's the truth therein. It is the same for everybody. There isn't any need to be lost about a subject matter. Ask somebody who has found God, who has found reality, who has made it into outer space. All the same. All the same. I mean, you can look into it and start doing your own studies. I've done enough, and I can riddle it out for us talking about it. But what do I get? It certainly is not paying my bills. And I have very little to take care of here. I would love to be able to share my life with somebody who wants to be here. Not only here, but with me. Yeah. See, your narcissist thinks that you have a problem with everybody. And it's like, no, babes, you're making a mistake. I have a problem with you. And there's everybody out there that we don't expect to get along with everybody, babes. That's the way you look at it maturely. That's the way we experience it. If we are alive and well and we're 50, that's the way, what we know is that we do not get along with everybody. Everybody is not for us. I didn't just say, now sit down and cry because you just don't know how to do it. No. You just stay out of being where you shouldn't be. And then you won't have such the misunderstanding and problem. Now, having said this, getting back to trying to feel at home in the world here, getting back to trying to feel like that you belong here in this world here. How do you think it should work out? I think that all the tools are right in front of our face, called social media. Why? It's to socialize something that has the capability of actually being social. Something that has the capability of holding on and saying, no, this is love. No, this is love. Nope. See, how many of you done that? How many of you pulled somebody through until they finally got it, and the very last things they told you was, you know what? Thank you so much. I love you. And you actually felt it. And then they die. Why? Because they could never go back to the fake life that they thought was love the whole time. The life that they lived that was not it at all. I'm here to tell you, as a 5 planets in Libra, I never talk about this because of the plague of narcissism, how these people use relationships so fucking bad. It's so fucking miserable. That's the first thing they reach for. Thinking that they qualify, when really, no, you need a babysitter, right? And that statement, there's like, well, but don't we all at this point? The way that the system has rendered us into just these big fucking babies everywhere, especially in the United States. I mean, literally, look at them. They look like big fat fucking babies. I can't even tell them that they're fat, and I get thrown in jail for saying, oh, your bitch is fat because of this. And it's like, if you go get therapy, a therapist will tell you the same, but a really good therapist Could be on TV. They're doing a mixture of something. They're saying, no, it's holistic. They're saying, no, emotionally, you're pushing things down. You're not working things out by communicating. And that sticks into your body. And your body literally becomes inflamed. Your body is now trying to protect itself, as well as all of the undone work. This is why you're getting fat. See, I experience a little of it and I say, no way, I got to work this out. I can't push this down. No way. See, you'll get sick somehow. And obesity is like a #1 illness disease that, okay, so they're giving you a vaccine and they're feeding you foods that you shouldn't be eating. You should not be eating grain in the morning. You should not be eating wheat, because these things burst the lining of your gut and it makes it hang out. It makes it inflamed. Unfortunately, you might get a little gastric problems and say, ooh, I have a stomach ache or something. See, the obese people may have these problems with their irritable bowel syndrome. See, the problem with a lot of people who are getting diseases, especially with the disease of obesity, it is a disease, is that they're not fasting. They're not just not eating. They can't handle the pain. They can't handle any fucking pain at all. Pretty soon they're running from so much. They're trying to cover it with food. And it's like, no, just sit through the hunger. Just sit through it. I know that this sounds weird, but see, because I didn't, it went too far for me. I was a faster. I am a faster, but then I literally got caught up. It became time to kick people out of stores for not wearing a mask. And I became one of those people in both of the only stores that sold food up here. And then when I was still making money, I just said, fuck you people. And I still haven't gone in that store. See, I could sue them for fucking ruining my life because it took me to a place chemically. They kept kicking me out of the store the last time because they targeted me. And I'm telling them, babes, I am hungry. And you want me to put a cherry on top of something here when you should leave me alone and let me go shopping for my food. And they wouldn't, and they didn't, and they were all these really fucking hugely stupid fucking people. Narcissists, maybe. We don't know what we mean when we say that. Toxic people, perhaps. But I say they're stupid. That's more pinpointing it on. And stupidity can be just flat fucking dangerous, can't it? Yes, it can. I noticed it right there. I'm looking around. It's like, oh, all of these people stood around and talked. And you had to have done that because I was in here 6 times before you finally chased me down and said, ma'am, you're not allowed in the store because you got to wear a mask. And he's sitting there talking to me about it with his nose hanging around. I say, well, why don't you put your fucking mask all the way on? I'm about ready to cry because of how fucking stupid. It's painful to be around stupid people, and then they tell you, oh, you can't be around anybody because you're this and that. It's like, no, you don't get it. Why don't you listen to wise people? They're going to tell you, oh no, the more intelligent you become and the more decent you are, you're not going to be wanting to be around and exposing yourself to more and more people. No, you want to be around less and less people because they're not apt to be intelligent. What is outnumbering is not intelligence, people. Now this, me, a leader, I might be respected in about one whole entire year. Something may catch here to where it goes viral, which I don't want to call it viral. I want to say it begins to gather constituents that says, no, we are here. We the sheep are here. It's the way you're supposed to say it, which translates into you have to say we as an EWE, sheep, but no, we. Just admit that we are one here. We are social people. We have to have each other or we will die. Now these, you can call them narcissists or just straight up toxic people, people that don't get anything. They're kind of stupid to where they're like, no, I got to have you and put you here and now what? What are we going to do? Well, let's expand and consider that we didn't just fall off the face of the earth. There's other people still. Let's find out from other people what they've done. What's the algorithm? Now, that's a delicate subject matter because you have something called red herrings. The red herring phenomena is where you have people programmed by the enemy, right? The enemy is giving them instructions as to how to get ahead of the enemy. No, that's not happening. Fuck, they're laughing at you. They have fucking taken you. That's the thing that they're saying. It's like, well, if it's just 40 seconds before your last breath that you take on your deathbed, that you get a glimpse of reality as is, your whole entire life will have not been such the waste. That's the truth. So you need not make it your business. All you do is say, look, I see something, and you start talking about it. And see, the people hiding in the dark, they don't like the truth. They don't like to hear it. Once you hear the truth, you can't unhear it. If it is indeed the truth that has nothing to do with you, he, she, I, or me, it's just how it is if we are a we. The algorithm shows, no, that's the way it is. If we don't have each other, which we do, we have each other on social media, you might not have each other in your own community here. That's what's happening with me. No, I'm not stupid. I see it's like, no, this is a small enough place and I've been here long enough. It's not the right place for you. If you cannot see, and you don't take it personally, but it's the same in the world. Is everybody meant for you? And how's everybody doing now? I hear that it's getting a little bit worse out there. How is it? Are you not super fucking careful and diligent to keep the enemy out of you and away from you and only accept that which is for you? And it's a big good luck to a lot of people, especially the intelligent people, the people that can communicate something beyond the level of these stupid people that, okay, for one, they are the problem. And so to solve a problem means that we have to go and look at them. And imagine that. They don't like it. They don't want to be it. I have experienced it. All the time, really. All the time, really. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, I'm the one who's the dumb shit. I fucked up. You can't blame other people anymore. But see, an empath, you do that so much. A human being does that so much. You have a conscience, and they, capital they, with the quotes, the they, that are higher in numbers, doing strength in numbers. It's not really like they're doing strength in just knowing the truth. See, one single person standing in the name of the truth is far more stronger than 750 people doing strength in numbers. That's the lame shit. That's the lamest shit that you can figure is people glomming onto each other because, well, they're safer that way. Okay, yeah, we see what you're saying, but ultimately, you can't render yourself up safe enough unless you've been alone to know that, you know what, I'm fine. I'm fine. There's something that helps us out. I mean, it's weird. I can go to the store and get my food on my own. I don't have to rely on it's not like the hunt and gather system anyway, so we have energy left. What do we do with it? What do we do with it? That's a big subject matter. What do we do with the energy that's left because we are no longer hunting and gathering our foods? It's a big, big subject matter that gurus have talked about it in the East before, and I'm not about to open that subject matter now because it's at 34 minutes, and we can talk and talk about all these things that still need to be talked about, and they will always have to need to be talked about because somebody might want to know what is more real than what the mainstream and 92% of all people are getting entangled in, and then they have to get out. It's hard to find real healers in the West, people called gurus. They've just totally fucking knocked off that word and say, fuck that. Well, you're saying fuck the word God too. You know, guru means God. It actually means heavy. The real translation, if you were to go to India and find out what does guru mean, and you look in the book, it means heavy. And then they'll go on to tell you what kind of heavy. It's like a fruit tree or a pregnant woman who is just about to give birth. And the phenomena with the guru is that their energy is moving down into the ground. You have to get down on your knees. And there's where you have the picture of a guru or a deity where there's people that are smaller around them at their feet. It's just because energy is pouring into them. It's nothing of like, I'm superior than you and I'm standing over you. No, no, that's just the way it is. In the West here, we could care less. We're being who we have to be. And if people can honor that they and make it go viral, that's the way to be. And so why do you think that there's social media? To ignore these people that sound a little bit different than the mainstream. In fact, it sounds like they're a bit destructive. Yeah, if you look at Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, better known as Osho, but all of these people of the East where guru, I was going to say guruism, but really it's just recognize the person whose eye has been opened. They talk about it in the Bible. If you're a real Bible person, then you know what Christ has said about your eye opening. It is the most fascinating thing. Because there's just two types of people here to look out for, my friend. Some people whose eye has opened, and some people who has not their eye opened yet, and they're still kind of being confused by their two eyes. So I'm here in vain. Once again, asking for support from a selfless place. I don't want it to be from the people who are suspecting that I'm a hustler right now because what? I keep asking for it and I'm not really being clear with you as to what's going on in my life. Babes, it's really hard to be clear with these toxic people because that's part of their fucking toxicity, is that they're not clear. They're living in self-deception. At all costs, they will defend themselves. And then there you are, stuck arguing with this thing. And I swear to God, I just got done spending a night fucking crying because it's like, you know, it's not going to get anywhere with these people. Not anywhere at all. What are we going to do because we need help if we're all alone here and we're reaching out to this population? What do we do? Is that the way it has to be? And how late am I with that, let alone all of humanity? That we should have been taking care of each other through this medium here. That in fact, Tesla built it to be a security system so that not a single person will go where they go now, which is, it's been turned and reversed, and here's how. Did you open up an account with Reality yet? Are you a safe person to where that now you can lift up a camera and say, no, there it is. Here I am. A lot of people, they don't even film themselves, let alone their own voices. But when you do, see, I've been recording all my life. And I remember the very first time I was able to record my voice and then hear it heard back, it will shock you. You think, that's not me. But it's like, no, you're hearing yourself from the outside. It's not inside of your head. It's a different sound. It's just slightly different. Slightly different. You can still hopefully you can hear what you're saying. Like, are you aware of the way that you're putting your words together? How does that work out for you? Especially in relationships. You know, the thing about true intelligence and becoming enlightened, people aren't going to understand from where you're coming from, and it's almost like they're obligated to misunderstand you. Why? Oh, because they have their classroom over there that totally agrees with their fucking bullshit. Who stands up? I'm standing up right now, and I also need support. You wouldn't believe where I'm at with this thing that I'm dealing with, and it's like, I'm about to lose everything. I don't know why my electricity hasn't been turned off yet. They were saying that it was going to be turned off, that I had a bill due on the 27th of May. I haven't been able to pay my electric bill. I've been being breadcrumbed to where it's just like, well, I can't pay that then, and I'll just pay a little. And I'm limited, I'm broken down. Why is that, friends? If we have social media and there's a so-called, I don't know, I've seen as many as 7 likes here. And I despise it. It is gut-wrenching. It is soul-sucking to sound like a hustler. I would love to tell you my story. But to tell you my true story, I've already done it, and I've exposed a lot over social media over the last 12 years. And it's made me vulnerable. I feel that, but that's being human. You're not a human being if you don't feel how you're making yourself vulnerable every time that you say, this is me. See, it should be that it it attracts nothing but predators and they start eating at your ribs because you have exposed yourself. See, that's just how sick society is though right now. I agree. Society is so sick that it's not happy until it makes you sick, and then it wants to filter you through their fucking house of mirrors and its way of rehabilitating, which isn't any help at all, because why? Oh, it's instructed by the enemy. That's why. It's a fucking joke. Especially here in the West. And what do we have here in the West? A bunch of fucking puppets. People that seem like they're there, but they're not. They have yet to fucking wake up. They have yet to get their own faculties on. And just to stop assuming fucking things. But did you know that you can know? Did you know that you can know? You can't afford to be around people that have this conversation. Oh, well, you know everything then. And so, well, why do we even have to say anything? You fucking people are so impossible. Again, I could just break down crying because of how fucking impossible it is. It's like, what are we going to do? Being backed into a fucking corner by stupid fucking ignorant fucking people just spitting on us. And we're fucking pissed, actually. But we're tired of getting angry. It gets us nowhere. And then we start crying and then that gets us nowhere too. Fuck emotions. Do a head over heart action, and that's what I'm doing. I'm saying, haven't you noticed? Why is it here? Why is social media here? To be a weapon against people who rise up and say, no, we want it to be different. It's feeling really crappy. It has for a while. Look at what has been perpetuating a so-called humanity, infecting it. Where, what, look at what? Oh, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, all of these big wig fucking head programmers that, oh, those names, oh, you like them, huh? Oh, you're one of those people. You say, no, that's the way to be. Well, you're siding up with the strength in numbers who are stupid. You're making us cry. And you like it. You're so fucking impoverished that you plug into it and say, we won. I refuse to take any of this personally. That's why I'm going to dare fucking post it. And I'm going to tell you as an astrologer and as somebody who foresees this, who's somebody who is alive. And I'm not here to just fucking eat, sleep, and work and ignore shit, people. I'm here to be with it. That humanity is waking up. This year we're going to see something really fucking big time that says we are not fucking around anymore. That's me going to the stupid courthouse and trying to get a restraining order on these people where that judge, and it's just like, God, I wasn't good enough to say, no, I'm not done. I want to make it clear that I want protection from these people who use social media. My freedom of speech against me includes that they can't fucking hear the truth about their fat fucking wife and how loveless that they are being and how uncomfortable it's been ever since I have to think I have to move. Where do we go? Fucking system just taking care of them fucking stupid sick fucking people, and when you look at them, oh yeah, they're all sick. 300 pounds overweight, it looks like. Defending what? I am so glad I'm halfway through this and I'm starting to feel pain in my body that says, no, you can't do this, you're about to die. If you keep going, you're going to become decrepit and die. It's like, well, I can't. You're going through a phase in life. You're going through stages in life. You have to let go of all of this. I can't let go of it soon enough. I'm looking at it. I have thrown away so much that I've hung on to of my grandmothers. It's possible, like, well, does somebody still love me? It's like, no, that person's gone. She might have written about you for Shauna for this. They've given you enough. They've done enough for you. Now, what can you do for them? Like, to say thank you. And it's really not for them. See, for me, personally, if you want to get to know me, it's for Christ, for God. What can I do for you? Because you have sacrificed for me. What can I do? And you know what she says? Do the same thing I did. Just do it. Make that sacrifice, baby. Do it. Keep doing it. Does it always end up the same throughout history? Do I wind up on the electric chair? No. No, it's not going to happen this time. This time, oh, somebody's waiting for Christ to show up. Somebody is waiting for the resurrection. They're waiting for the king. Babes, you people are so fucked up. Is it not rising in you? When are you going to start being player one in the movie, in the game? When are you going to just start taking it in both your hands? Take life with both hands and say something. You don't give it to fucking some other imagined holy fucking ghost over there. Now, I am a woman talking because at one point I could have had children. I'm one that chose not to. I see something alarming and it's like, babes, learn to love each other first. Sorry, excuse me, I have yet to be impressed, and so does a lot of benevolent beings who know what the fuck's up. You're being fucking farmed. You're being used. People are, if it's the same thing that I'm dealing with, but now multiply that by 7 billion, people are so fucking oblivious, living stupid. They do not know. And then they go ahead and have kids. And now, you know what? It's called de-evolve. You're not evolving here. You're de-evolving. I'm handling I'm interacting with people that do not even know what the word evolve means. They're like, what is it? Is it good or bad? It's like, babes, God, you're not asking me this question, are you? Me who is evolved. I'm a person of evolution. I evolve. It's the same as saying, well, okay, this is hard for me to make this video. It's because I'm in a hell of a lot of pain. I'm not getting near the well, a lot of us are like this, especially in the West. I mean, if we're talking about our food, basically the nourishment that comes from there, we're not getting nourished there. We're not getting nurtured. We the place people don't have time. They are they are pulled into a trap, satanic, that makes them believe that being busy is the way to be. And I understand where you're coming from, but if it's business that ignores your own capacity to evolve and get better at things, and that you're not really feeling good at the end of the day, none of you are. It's actually produced sickness in you, and it produced a certain kind of sickness that in the East, gurus are there saying, you got attached there. Ah, you thought that that illusion was more real than just being present with it all. Ah, you see what I'm saying? No, not really. See, I would love to talk about it because a lot of people don't know that that's what's going on. That's kind of what Jesus Christ was a guru. Christ means Messiah, a messenger. Somebody who has nothing, but they know that they have their voice to say something, and they just do. They come from a very spontaneous place. That person was not a fucking piece of cheesecake so delicately set on the silver platter with a cherry on top. No! Mainly that person was difficult. A few people could respect from where that person was coming from and how that they sounded at times. Like thunder was going through the air when they raised their voice. Even if they were singing. Some people felt it as resonation and it healed them. Other people are crumbling down. They're trying to restrain them and throw them in jail. It's just a story. Your story. If you ever fucking dare wake the fuck up and do something useful for us here, send me a few dollars. I need it.